What's up, Royals? I'm Kai. Hope you're doing well. And how cool is it to get another clutch of eggs? This is the fourth one of the 2022 season, and we've been getting clutches of eggs back to back, week after week after week. Really, really cool. And the first clutch of eggs we actually got from a Sunset Pastel Lesser Super Stripe. And then the second clutch of eggs we got from the same Sunset, but he was paired to a Orange Dream B. The third clutch, the one from last week, was from a pied het axanthic to a spider axanthic. And this time around, we got a clutch from, well, I don't quite know what this female is, but I know she is a spinner, possibly spinner blast, possibly killer blast. Not too sure, but we did get a clutch of eggs from her. Quick pause for our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Shane from Small Town Xotics. That's Xotics without the E. The name is a reference to an old Guns N' Roses song which strikes a chord with Shane. What I love about Small Town Xotics is that it's family owned. That really resonates with me because I'm married with two sons. The difference between my family and Shane's is that his wife and boys participates willingly. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Links are down in the description below. They've been operating for almost 3 years and have already amassed over 100 ball pythons, 11 leopard geckos, 9 hognose snakes, and get this, a Mexican beaded lizard. They're currently focused on the G-Stripe Clown project, but also have a few other genes in their arsenal, such as the Redhead Asphalt and their very own Calico gene. What I admire most about Small Town Xotics is all the hard work they put into their business and their social media presence. It really shows in how quickly they've grown, and I hope by sharing this story will further their growth. If you're not following them right now, what are you waiting for? And if you're already following them, be sure to share with someone, anyone, maybe your mom. That's Small Town Xotics minus the E. I want to give a big thanks to Shane for sponsoring this video. If you want to help support my channel and grow your business/brand, email me at lucaslandonroyals@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram Messenger and find out how you can sponsor the next video. Now back to the show. Now this girl I got when she was just a hatchling, and perhaps when she came out of the egg, she was so clean that the breeder thought she was a desert ghost. Now by the time I got her, it was obvious she wasn't a desert ghost, but I had paid desert ghost money for her. I did reach out to the breeder. He did compensate me a little bit, but wasn't really able to tell me too much about her because he was just so dead set on the fact that she was a desert ghost. And anytime I mentioned her and wanted to know more about her, he just says, she's a desert ghost. She's a desert ghost. And it was like a broken record. A little bit off-putting, but it is what it is. But now that she is an adult, we have an opportunity to see what she really is. And I bred her to a pastel desert ghost male. So the thought here, number one, we'll be able to dilute her genetics, being that the male is only passing down one codon, which is the pastel. So we'll be able to determine whether she is a super pastel, firefly. Obviously she's a spinner, we know that for sure. And number two, the male being a desert ghost will have a pretty good chance of proving her out to be het desert ghost or not a het. But the fact that the breeder kept saying she is a desert ghost makes me speculate that there was desert ghost in the pairing that produced her. So maybe we have a chance of getting a desert ghost out of this clutch. And she also happens to be 66% het for VPI axanthic. Yeah, she's kind of all over the place. At this point, I don't really know what she is, but next season or whenever she decides to breed again, I should have a visual axanthic, whether it's going to be my lightning pied or maybe by then I will have produced a axanthic desert ghost. Who knows? I think that's too far in the future. Right now I want to focus on this clutch. Now earlier you saw that she had laid 5 good eggs and 1 boob egg. Unfortunately, the boob egg is a dud, and so is one of those good eggs. So we're left with just 4 good eggs with veins. Those eggs are now in the incubator, and within 55 to 60 days, we should hopefully get some hatchlings. And I'll be sure to bring you guys a egg cutting video. So make sure you stick around on this channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Next week, I don't foresee getting a clutch of eggs, but right now there's a few females that are pretty far along. So let's take a look at those. Now this one for sure is a het desert ghost because I produced her myself. She's also pastel and specter. She's had a funny season. she would slam food for a couple weeks, then go on a hunger strike, then slam food again, then go on another hunger strike. So she's been developing very, very slowly, but I think at this point, she is probably expected to go into ovulation within a week or so. Fingers crossed. And I paired her with a pastel desert ghost male, so hopefully we can get some Spectre desert ghost out of this clutch. I think that would be awesome. Next up is my Cinnamon Candino, and you guys have seen this girl before. She was locked up to my Sunset male. She's in a very similar breeding cycle as the previous girl that you just saw, but she was eating more consistently, so I think she is probably going to ovulate within a week as well. Now, being she is a Candino, we can possibly make double het Sunset Candies or double het Sunset Albinos, and of course there's going to be Cinnamon in the mix. It's going to be a bit of a gamble as to which hatchlings to hold back because we don't know if they're het for candy or het for albino. Now this girl is in a bit of a weird position for bowl wrapping. Typically bowl wrapping, they coil around the bowl, but here you can see that maybe the bowl has pushed a little bit towards the middle of the tub, and so she wants to be on the cool side. So she's made herself a little bit of a loop on the cool side, but she still has her, I guess, last quarter of her body, her tail section, up against the bowl. I'm fairly certain that she is on the cool side in order to further develop her follicles. This is a fire pied, and I paired her to my Sunset male. And you guys will be right if you guess that I'll be holding back the female double hets that are also fire. The last girl I want to show you today is this Enchi pied het for hypo. She is absolutely beautiful, and she is such a great eater that she is still eating even though her follicles are beyond 20 millimeters. Usually that's where you would see most females stop eating, but this girl keeps eating. And I also think that might be a reason why she keeps going back and forth between the cool side and the warm side. So she'll go to the cool side to develop her follicles. And I do try to at least attempt to feed her. She doesn't always take it, but when she does, she'll then go to the warm side to digest. That may be a reason why her follicles are developing at a little bit of slower rate than expected. But as long as they're developing and as long as she's happy, I'm happy. So that about wraps it up for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, I'm hoping to catch a couple ovulations, and if I do, I'll definitely bring that to you. I also want to mention that we are now at the midway point of incubating the first clutch of eggs this season. So in about a month, we should hopefully get some hatchlings. So stay tuned for an egg cutting video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching. Please share, and remember, Royals for life. Peace out.